out of town. I'm really going to try to upload this, so if you're watching this, I did it. I'm Nicole Shavokas, Director of Group Skyward Bound, and thank you all for coming. Yay! Double yay! So, thanks to Nancy, she pointed this out. Remember, you guys can buy mini testers for $25, and it has all, it used to be 85, I think we're going to have 91 in August. So, I like to get the little makeup bags from Walmart. They're like $1.88 or something. And you can put, like, usually up to 25 testers in here. I usually do about 20. And then I put these in my basket parties so that I'm not giving out my whole mini tester set. But you can do a whole mini tester set if you want. But these are like little employees. So if you take them out, like Dane Ann's doing, and drop them off with people, leave some catalogs and order forms. It doesn't have to be fancy. If you have a little insulated thing, that's not a bad idea. But I usually tell people, don't leave it in your car. You want to carry it with you anyway, and then you can sell as you go. So they can do parties for you. They turn it in. They get all the same rewards as a regular party. And you can have 3, 4, 5, 10 of these out a month. Imagine if each one was just $150 and you had 10 out. That's $100 or $1,500. So awesome, awesome opportunity. So make sure you get your mini testers. For those of you that are new, you can earn those with your Shooting Star enhancement kit. That kit you do have to buy, but it's a very, very discounted price. So I wanted to talk a little bit about parties today, and we just took about 10 minutes and did a little booking blitz where we just went through our phones and called, text, Facebook. They do say you have better luck if you actually can talk to them on the phone. It's probably harder to say no in person, or if you're in person with them, but on the phone you can get them that way. So what did we get? Like in 10 minutes in this group, like 5 or 6 parties, 8 parties, something like that, and 1 new person sponsored. So that is amazing. Imagine if you just called 5 people a day, 5 days a week. That's 25 people a week, and you can move things on. So I love home parties. That's what I try to do the most of because it's the least amount of work for the biggest bang for your buck, so to speak. You can go spend an hour and a half, 2 hours, and if you coach your hostess correctly, then you're going to get anywhere from on the lower end 150, but usually like $300, $500, $700, and then usually in the fall much more than that. And so you're spending less time. I mean, you can run all over town and pick up orders and collect money and and spend a lot of gas and run your butt off to make the same amount you can do in an hour and a half at someone's house. So I totally recommend home parties. And you just have to get on the phone and call people. And then if you play games at each party, and you don't have to be a game player, I'm a game player, because I think it's fun, people get prizes, things like that. But I love the card game, which is on the Make It Happen Tools site. If you guys do not have the password and username for that, let me know, we can get that to you. That's a great party booking game, and it's easy. All you need is a deck of cards. You don't have to think and prepare. The points poem in the resources tab under party tools is also a really great easy game, especially if you're brand new and you're scared. Then you can just read it and you get parties booked that way. Another one of my favorite games is the dice game, which there's also information on how to do that on the makeithappenTools.com site. You can also do that at an open house because people just roll the dice to play, so it doesn't have to be a large setting, so you can do the dice game for a come-and-go situation too, which is cool. Another thing for open houses, if you just have people coming and going, and that's nice for people, especially in the summer, pick a 2-hour time period, and people can just stop in for a few minutes, grab a snack and go, and then they're not tied to their whole evening, so that's really good. But also on the Make It Happen Tools site, it's a really good site. If you guys haven't been there, go there. You can do like party bags with either dates on them or times, or just a cute party bag with fluff in it, and tell people as they come in, if you book a party with me tonight, you get to take a home a gift bag. And then you go to the dollar store and you get a few little things, or you throw some scent circles in them, or some cubes of wax, or some inexpensive gifts. I try not to spend more than $1 for my gifts. It may sound cheap, but I am in this to make money. So and nobody cares what they get, they're just happy to get a gift. And if it's in a cute bag, that's even better. So I don't spend a lot on my gifts, but you can have gift bags out, and if they decide to book with you, then they can take a gift bag home. So that's another way at an open house style that you can book parties. And I tell them, I don't care when you book, I will book out, although sometimes short-term parties, like if somebody will book this weekend or next weekend, those are some of the best ones. I think I called Amy like a week ahead of time and I was like, hey, let's have a party next weekend. And we did, and it was good. So sometimes people don't know what they're doing in 2 weeks, and they're going to make new plans between now and 2 weeks. So sometimes those further bookings don't do as well. But I will book whenever people want. So if they want to book 6 months out, I'll do it. I don't care. But stay in touch with them all 6 months, or it's not going to happen. And then, you know, be planning and getting things together. I like to do a little hostess packet for my parties that just has like 2 catalogs, some order forms, and on the Make It Happen Tool site there's a hostess challenge. It's the hostess bingo game, and I give them that. If they follow that, right Jessica, then they can have usually a pretty successful party, because it kind of tells them everything that they need to be doing. And then if they get a bingo, they get a prize. If they get a blackout, they get a better prize. And then, so booking parties off of parties, calling people, how many a day? 5 a day, at least. And probably will take you 20 minutes or less to do that. So just set aside 20 minutes a day to call people. And also having your own open house. In August, we have 10% off. If you guys are new, you're not, if you're not familiar with that, every August and February, we get 10% off. So make sure that you're sharing that. You can have an open house that month, and you know, invite your own people and have basket parties ready. Have, you know, your calendar ready to book parties, so that you're always booking off of your current bookings. If you do that, your calendar will always stay full. I've been trying to tell my team a lot. Book up August so that we're ready for the incentive period, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to earn my 4th trip. So if you have not been on a Scentsy trip yet, I highly, highly recommend it. Been to Disney World, the Dominican Republic, and we just got back from Hawaii. And they are amazing trips. So you guys all need to go if you haven't gone. And if you have gone, you need to go again, right? So August through January is our incentive period. So book up August. Do whatever you can to book up August. And then try to book 2 to 3 parties off of every party. And your calendar will be full as you can handle through the fall season and into January and beyond. So it gets hard whenever you lose your momentum. So just try to keep booking. And at the worst case, get 1, because then you're always replenishing your parties. Some you'll get none, some you'll get 3. Occasionally you get like 5, and that's awesome. And I tell people, I don't care if it's a basket, a home party, or an open house. And if their house is too small, have it at a restaurant. Think outside the box. Invite people to have a party at your house if you're willing to do that. Do it at Kiwanis Park. You know, you can do lunchtime parties. You can, you know, if you have a day off during the week, or you have somebody that works at a business that's open on the weekends, go and sit during their lunch break and do a work party during that time. Christmas time, you know, have shopping events where people that are working, and they don't have time to get out and get Christmas presents. You can have an event at their work, and everybody can buy their Christmas presents and stuff. So I think that's all I have to say about bookings. Who's next? Cynthia or Amy? Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get it. I was just going to kind of talk, if you guys had any questions, I was going to talk about customer service, because that's my strong point. I'm not so strong on booking the parties and stuff, but I wanted to kind of add to Nicole's, because it is customer service related, but it is about parties too. And a lot of you that have had parties from me will say, when I started Scentsy, I never been to a party in my life. The 3 parties that I did were all book parties when I did my little $500 orders. The first time when I signed up, you guys are so lucky because you guys got a DVD and all this stuff. And we didn't get nothing. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to wing it. And Crystal was there to be my witness. I just came up, I'm like, hey, let's get some baskets and separate them into the scents. And I invited everybody I knew, and then I just kind of just told them what I liked about it. Didn't really know. You don't have to know everything there is about Scentsy. Just tell them what you like. Just tell them what you like. But the difference about having a home party is people get to see it and smell it firsthand and see how it works. Because with having the basket parties, what I find a lot of times people don't know, one, that our plug-ins, the base turns, so they can use them in sideways plug-ins, or the older houses that have them upside down, or they don't know how to change out the wax. And a lot of that stuff is easy, simple stuff you can go over in a home party. And people just don't know that, and you don't even think. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you didn't realize that. And they're like, I always spill the wax all over my wall every time I do a plug-in. And just simple things like that, but that's what's good. Have you guys ever played the card game? Has anybody here played the card game? I know these guys have.
Envelope game.
I have. Because and it's really cool because I don't know how Nicole does it, because we, again, old school. Sandy Lucky is one of our she's our superstar director. Yes, and then she showed us how to do it. And I actually got on Shutterfly, and my little cards have Scentsy samples on them. They're little sample testers. You can put your own picture on them, make your own cards. So my cards have pictures of Scentsy. And what you do though is you just tell everybody in the next 3 minutes, and I put the microwave timer on, that you just tell them, hey, you can ask me anything you want about Scentsy. Anything you want at all. And a lot of times people will just ask questions that you never even think that they didn't know about Scentsy. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. And how our wax is softer. Because the customer service too, how we talk about Walmart, when you were talking about the Walmart one, you feel their wax and how hard it is. And feel our wax and how soft and smooth it is. And I just always think, just check back, do whatever your customer, ask them what their questions are. Ask them what you can do for them. Like I said too, just try to work on not being awkward with that moment, because a lot of times it might just be you feeling that too.
Oh, I'm always awkward.
Well, see, and I'm not gonna lie, I may be the star director and whatever too, but I still hate to call on the drawing slips. I hate it. But always you'll get somebody, oh yeah, you know what, I did want to order. And it is like she had said, that 500-pound phone. It feels like, but once you start doing it and you start calling and stuff, you know, it just, people either tell you yes or no, and I'd rather you tell me no and you're not interested, or tell me you already have a Scentsy lady, I'm okay with that, than tell me, oh, maybe next time, no time. You know, she's probably on my team. A lot of times I will ask them, I'm like, well, who is your Scentsy lady? Just because I want to know, and I don't know all of you guys, but I always see your names. And I do see, because I'm like, oh yeah, especially like different names. Like her name, which is, I can't always say it, Danan.
There you go.
And then Kendra. And just different names, especially those stand out. And I don't know if Heather does too, but I always remember you. But I just try to do whatever the customer needs. And I think that's always been, find what your strong point is. If your strong point is parties, then go with the parties and the bookings. And parties are fun. They really are fun. And like Nicole said, and if you don't like to do games, games are the easiest way. Those are the kind of games, though they're easy, when it's 3 minutes and all you have to do is answer a fast question, okay, next, then you don't have time to get nervous either. And so that's why I think that works really good. But parties are great, but I'm not going to lie, I haven't had a home party in a long time because I do work full time, and May and June are hard for me, but I always try to do my minimum sales, and then now I'm getting back after it. There's tons of ideas you can read. For those of you that have been in, I was just telling Tina, and see, Tina's been under me for years, and I hadn't shared ideas, because sometimes I forget. During the Thanksgiving season, a lot of times you'll find some information about a turkey trot.
Turkey trot.
And I know Nancy's done it. Have you guys all done it? And it works great. And what you do is you try to get 10 people to do a $100 order. Just gather $100 worth of orders. And what you're going to do is that if you can get 10 people to do that, you end up having a $1,000 order. So from that $1,000 order, you're going to have $150 in free product, and you're going to end up having 4 half-price items.
Right, and if you split it into two 500, then you can get 8.
Right. And so what you do, though, is you make drawing slips and divide up those rewards. And as soon as they turn in their $100 worth of orders, you let them draw a drawing slip out of your little bucket, and they either get a half-price item. And it sounds like, well, hey, why don't they go to the 150? But you'd be amazed how many people will say how easier it is to get $100 worth of orders than to do their own party. And they'll go for it. They will, and even if you don't end up getting 10, you get 5. That's still $75 in free products and still 4 half-price items. Divide it up and let them draw, and then they're all happy because they get a half-price item or they get some free products. And it's all about just helping them.
You put a little turkey on the bag. It looks cute.
Yeah, and actually what I told Tina too, because I knew that we did turkey trot, and since May and June are they're hard for me because we have a lot of events, community events that we do at work.
And I work with her every day and see her every day, and she forgets to tell me.
I know, see, but what I did is I changed it from a turkey trot, and I made it my summer fun drop. And I just put like little beach balls on it and stuff. I just renamed it. I said, everybody want to do a summer fun draw? And it doesn't have to just be a turkey trot. It doesn't have to be.
Right, you can do a Frankenstein frolic.
That's what I was going to say. There's a Frankenstein frolic or a bunny hop.
Yep, name it whatever you want. And just, because that has really helped me. That's kind of why, because not that I didn't want to do the booking thing, but I already hit up and I'm picking up everybody's orders tomorrow. All my $100 people. But There's never a bad idea, and all of you guys have your own ideas too, and I didn't know if anybody had anything they wanted to share or any questions that they might have.
Can we do like the pool games that
You can't do, you're not supposed to do the Scentsy pool.
Not anymore.
No, because it's technically gambling. So they're not, so those of you that haven't heard of it, you still haven't. It was, the Scentsy pool, yeah.
You can't do that?
No, it's considered gambling, so,
I still haven't heard of it.
yeah. Well, it was like, it was actually, I'll kind of tell you what it was.
It was like squares.
It was
Yeah.
like a football pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you did is you paid $2 for each square, and if you could sell 50 squares, then it's, or however many to make for a 150 party, then one person draws out and they get all the rewards.
Oh.
But everybody orders. Everybody would order.
Right.
Well, you will with that money, they, you know, so you get it. But it was gambling, so can't do that. Did anybody have any other ideas? Because I know you guys have ideas. And even if it's a question of, can I do that? Is that okay?
I like that bag. It's pretty cute. Is that a new one?
She ordered them online. And she
Yeah.
ordered them, she added
Clearbags.com.
the sticker herself.
Nancy came up with the sticker thing.
Yeah.
This is
That's
the
the
little,
car emblem.
It's the chrome
Car
looking
emblem.
car emblem, and then this is from clearhandbags.com.
Yeah, and I just knew because I talked to him. And then on that too, because I remember when you said, and I know, like, I got used to giving all my customers the whole bag, like Nicole was saying and stuff. But even those people, all of our superstar directors, they will hand out just a bag with the favorites and stuff. So don't, you know, that's the best way to utilize, because you can make,
And then I tell people if they want to smell them all, have a home party.
yeah.
So
And then honestly, because Amy will have to add to, they told her when she went to director boot camp about smells, your nose gets tired after how many
Just
cents?
make sure baby
After
doesn't pull
3
on
cents.
his ears.
So you're kind of overloading them anyway if they have 80
And
cents.
coffee beans is another smell. So we'll have them sniff coffee beans.
They say to sniff your shirt.
Yeah, that's what I always heard, she's for sure.
Yeah.
And
So
then
maybe
now-
that does the scents.
I'm going to introduce the amazing Amy.
Woo!
When you get to be director, go to boot camp. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I was chosen to speak on sponsoring. So after you recruit people, you need to sponsor them, and I probably really fail rapidly at this, but I know how to do it. It's just keeping up with all of your recruits.